Tamashii is a game that we played on stream. Thanks to the developer giving me a press key to check out. And what we got here is a game that is half very weird imagery and half puzzle platformer. And your interest in the game is going to depend upon how much you enjoy those two concepts. But for what the game does, it does very well. So the story is that, well, there's a story. This is one of those games similar to Doki Doki Literature Club or Pony Island that the more you learn about before you play it, the less of an impact it's going to have. But there's a lot of religious overtones, disturbing imagery, and you'll see a few of that in a few minutes, and the as mentioned puzzle platforming. So our character here is tasked with clearing out these various parts of this temple. And to do so, it is all about going from room to room. The puzzle platforming works like this. Every area has these switches. Those are those little like red looking hook things that you see in the middle there. You must get a character or get something on top of all the switches in the area to open up the exit door. That's on the far left. Our character here has the power to create clones of himself. And the clones themselves will stay essentially in existence for a set amount of time. Once they go away, anything that they're currently touching or interacting with will get reset. And the platforming is basically like that. Some of the challenges rely on you moving fast enough to complete a task while your clones are in the field. Other ones will involve you moving your clones around or doing other things to try and get yourself into the right position. Now, because this is a puzzle platformer, all the puzzles have a fixed solution to them. And again, anything that I'm showing you is spoiling these puzzles, which is why this is going to be probably a very quick first look. Now, to the game's credit, despite or with the weirdness of the things, and again, we're not going to show too much of it here, the puzzle platforming is on point, as well as the platforming itself. The character responds well. The levels themselves are just long enough to introduce a twist or some crazy thing, and they don't overstay their welcome. The game itself is also very short. I think that also goes with the low price tag. We spent about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to go through the entire game on stream. And the game itself, again, is designed around the occupation or the involvement of its weirdness. And like I said, there is plenty of that to go around. For each area, there is a corresponding boss fight. And the quote-unquote bosses definitely fall into the more of a puzzle or environmental fight, as opposed to being just a straight-up combat. We are seeing right here, this looks like a skinless ET, I think someone said on stream, is the first boss. And you just basically have to get these marks on so it starts attacking. Also, as a bit of a warning, there is a photosensitivity warning for this game. And there's also some very disturbing imagery as well. Like for myself, it didn't bother me, but this is definitely not a game you want to play with, I guess, with children around. But with that said, we're going to do our quick Patreon and sponsor shout out now and talk a little bit more about just what the market is for Tamashii next. And now for a quick thank you to our Patreon backers, as well as to our current Game Wisdom sponsors. And if you'd like to continue this discussion on game design, be sure to check out our Discord channel, linked down below. If you're a fan of Game Wisdom and looking for a little bit of collectible swag, anyone who donates $25 or more via Super Chat or on patreon.com/WBycer will get your hands on this lovely little Josh box. This is a hand-detailed box that comes with a USB drive containing 10 hours of some of my favorite podcasts done throughout the years. This is only available for the month of April 2019. Afterwards, we'll have to weigh in and see if people want more Josh boxes in the future. So if you're interested, be sure to get those donations in now before this offer runs out. Tamashii is a very interesting game. Like I said, it tries to be both a very weird experience as well as the puzzle platforming. And that does limit its market to some extent, because you gotta be all in for both. you can't just enjoy this game for the weird visuals that you see here. You're going to have to do the puzzling. And there's a lot of weirdness that may get in the way if you're looking just for a straight gameplay experience. For me, I enjoyed the game, but it felt very much like a game that if I didn't finish it on the first playthrough, that I didn't feel like I was going to come back to it. And as I said a few minutes ago, we did finish this very early on stream. I think it took about, like I said, an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes thereabout for it. Now, there are secrets, there's plenty of secrets, I should say, including, with again, somewhat spoiling, there are some fourth wall breaks in this game as well, but anything more than that, and I will be ruining it for you. But if you're looking for something that has as much style as it is substance, this is definitely a good game to play. Again, as long as you don't mind the very weirdness that you're seeing here. And again, I'm kind of, I guess, hiding it in fear of spoilers. But with that said, we're going to wrap up this first look here for Tamashii. Again, it's a great puzzle platformer if you can handle some of the more disturbing images and scenes that you're going to see. And I would like to thank the developer for giving me a press key to check this one out. If you have a game that you would like me to take a look at, again, can be as weird or as not weird as you like, please don't hesitate to get in touch. But check back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where exactly the art and science of games. Once again, this has been Tamashii, and I will see you all next time.